It is the first day of Camp Nano, so everybody be excited. I'm going to be working on revisions for Return to Grace, which I was supposed to finish in June, but did not. So I'm going to try and finish that as quickly as possible, so that I can focus on my POV edits for the rest of the month. I finished doing chapter 7, which is the chapter I started on this morning, which was just moving things over and editing them and revising them and sprucing them up a little. I didn't write any completely new scenes because all of chapter 7 was more of the siege at Gisborne Estate and the battle and things are happening. And for the most part, I just had to do a little bit of tweaking to edit it and make it look crisp. I didn't actually have to rewrite anything. But this battle goes on for several more chapters, and I did not remember that it was so long. And I don't have any scenes with the other group of people that are in France in any of these chapters. So, I've reached the end of chapter 7, and I think I'm going to change chapter 8, which is just still more of this battle, and make it a, check in with the other story arc that's supposed to be happening right now. So now I'm going to be writing completely new stuff. In order to write the new scenes that I was trying to write with the characters in France, I kind of had to re-look at my outline and also the Save the Cat novel and figure out where in Mark's journey we were at, because his story arc when I originally did the Save the Cat stuff was probably the weakest one that I outlined. Ida's is mostly all there until the very end, which I need to fix up. Gilbert's is all there, but Mark's was a bit spotty. So, yeah, I had to reread what the Break Into 2 and the B story were supposed to be so that I could properly fill in that part of Mark's outline so I could write it. We are having a rousing discussion about whether or not prologues are necessary not to write them in a story, but to read them in a book that they're already in. Because apparently Kate doesn't always read prologues, she just skips them, which is insane. I could not skip any part of a book. Like, if it's already there, you just read it. I don't understand. We finished chapter 8. I didn't do as much new material as I thought I would do. I did one scene, and then I went back to the siege and the execution, all the crazy stuff that's happening. It's just a brief little break, but I think it was a good scene. It was a good check-in with Mark to keep his story rolling and relevant. We don't want to forget that he exists. Also, rereading and editing the execution scene that I came to, I remember it being longer. It felt very short to me. And I remember when I was writing it, it felt like it went on for days. That's a little bit random, but yeah. Anyway, I'm about to start chapter 9, but I'm hungry, so it's lunchtime. I just finished lunch and I'm back. They appear to be not writing at the moment. Chit-chatting. So I don't think I've missed a sprint while I was up eating. I did possibly worry my family a little bit because I was so excited about writing the execution scene and all the battle stuff that I've been doing. I like torturing my characters. So I was, you know, up there eating my lunch and going on about how wonderful it was to kill people. And yes, I might have worried people, but it's so much fun. We are nearing the home stretch of this 6-hour writing stream that Kate was doing today. I missed the first 2 sprints this morning because my sister and I went for a run, so I wasn't around for those. And then I didn't do anything in the last sprint because I got distracted by social media. But the 6 sprints that I did participate in, I have done, math is hard, hold on, 15 or 6, why am I looking at this? I don't have to do my math myself, I've been inputting it on the NaNoWriMo site. 15,751, there we go. Whoop, focus. There it is. Not all of that has been new scenes. Some of that has just been moving scenes and editing them, which doesn't really count as writing, I guess, you know? It's not like I wrote 15,000 words, I just wrote a couple thousand and then edited the other like 12,000. Anyway, but because the way I'm doing this story, I have a new draft that I'm moving scenes into. I am counting all of the new words in the new draft. Also, it's hard to do Camp Nano when you're editing and revising and not writing, because the only option is words written. Like, that is what you get to keep track of. You can't keep track of like minutes that you've been working or something like that. So really, I'm keeping track, like, personally, of how many chapters I'm getting through, because I have 21 chapters that I have to revise, and I'm on chapter 11 now, so I'm doing great. But, on the Camp Nano site, I'm just inputting all of the words that weren't in the draft until I put them there, whether that was new scenes or edited scenes. So anyway, I'm getting a lot done. It's just weird the way I have to keep track of it on the site, because Camp Nano is strange. Actually, it's not Camp Nano, it's just the NaNoWriMo site that is strange. I think we'll probably have one more sprint before this stream is over, and then I'm going to take a break from writing, probably. There's a stream this evening that I want to be a part of, with Brooke and Natalia and Mandy, because those author to write-ins, or whatever they're called, those are some of the most fun that I participate in, and I am sad when I miss them. So I would like to do that one tonight. And I did put a bunch of reminders on for all of the streams today, because there's a bunch that I just see randomly when I'm on YouTube, and you're like, oh, there's another one, hit the reminder button. But I wasn't keeping track of them, or like writing down the times, or even the people who were hosting them. So I'm just sort of like waiting for YouTube to send me a notification to see if there's another one, you know? Like, the only one I actually remember is the Brooke, Natalia, and Mandy one. But I know there were like at least 10 that I set reminders for, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've been doing a lot of loud sounds. I've been doing a lot of reading the Save the Cat today. I didn't do as much the last time I was doing revisions for Return to Grace. I mean, I had the book on hand, but I wasn't actually like flipping through it. But I've been doing a lot of rereading the chapters surrounding the beat sheet stuff, because Mark's story was so lackluster in the outline that I just, yeah, I was doing a lot of rereading so I could fill this out better for Mark. And then for Ida and Gilbert too, if I saw things that were helpful. I don't know. I did a lot of highlighting and like marking with my pen in the book today too, which I did a tiny bit of the first time I read it, but I haven't really been actively using it since then. It's just sort of been sitting alongside me as I write, and today I was like, nope, I gotta pull it out like every 5 minutes. I decided to re-outline the midpoint beat for all 3 characters and sort of just had a eureka moment for one of them, so I'm very excited about that. I just felt like after the midpoint, most of the story arcs were a bit lackluster, and just they were missing elements somehow from the first time that I outlined it. So I redid the midpoint for everyone, and I was very excited. And I might continue to do this for each beat as I move forward. It didn't really change the way the story is going, or like change the direction I was taking any of the characters or anything like that. It was just like a subtle thing that suddenly made sense in my head, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I've got about 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes, before this writing sprint begins, and then we'll be off to the races or something. I don't know. Anyway, my battery is dying, and I didn't charge my other battery that died previously when I was painting my nails, like a week ago or whenever I did that video. So anyway, I need to charge batteries, and then I'm also going to get myself some tea and like get situated in these 20 minutes before the sprint starts. And then hopefully I get a lot of writing done. I'm in chapter 11, I think. Is that where I stopped? Yeah, I'm about to start chapter 11. Yes. So, I've gotten a lot done today, and the further I can get, the better. Because, right now, unless things change because COVID, I intend to be out of town all of next week, so I won't get any writing done. So I'm trying to get way ahead now, so a week off doesn't kill me. And then when I come back after the week off, I just want to do POV edits. So if I can get the revisions done this week, that would be fantastic.